Good morning. Today is December 16th. And why am I up so early on a day that I have off? Well, we're going to the temple this morning. I had kind of a bad attitude about it because the last 2 days have been exhausting, but it's like, what better cure than to go to the temple? I need to have a good attitude about it. Be like, this will reset my soul. So, trying to have a good attitude about it. Try not to be tired. Try not to sleep through it. We'll see. We're going to start with a daily reflection on the Old Testament. Woe to them that are at ease in Zion. Amos 6:1. Yes, at ease. I need to put myself a little uncomfortable to exercise some, to go to the temple. Anyways. The devil wants to lead us down the pathway of apathy and slothfulness. He knows that if we settle into a state of indifference and laziness, we are his. Nephi said, and others he will pacify and lull them away into carnal security, that they will say, all is well in Zion, yea, Zion prospereth. All is well, and thus the devil cheateth their souls, and leadeth them away carefully down to hell. Therefore, woe be unto him that is at ease in Zion. We are to be on guard against evil in all its forms, and ever aware of temptation and the wiles of the adversary. But we must also beware of the pride of apathy, of the smugness of idleness. That's an interesting phrase. The devil does not have to tempt us with wickedness or ensnare us in overt sin. It is enough if we are lulled into apathy. I have been thoroughly shamed. Okay, today is Malachi chapter 3, verses 1 through 9. The Lord's messenger will prepare the way for the second coming. The Lord will sit in judgment. The people are commanded to pay tithes and offerings. They keep a book of remembrance. So all that we read here in verses 1 through 9 are up to the tithes and offerings. In verse 9 it says, ye are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation. So he's just starting to get into the tithes and offerings. What is with my hair? But anyways, some things that stuck out to me in this chapter. Sorry, I think I slept on my hand. It feels weird. Really weird. Okay. So, some things that stuck out to me. Where was it? Okay. So, he's talking about how he's going to come in judgment, how, he's going to be the refiner's fire and the fuller's soap, and he's going to judge the, what does it say? I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers, against the adulterers, and against false swearers, and against those that oppress the hireling in his wages, the widow and the fatherless, and that turn aside the stranger from his right, and fear not me, saith the Lord of hosts. So he's saying, I'm coming, I'm going to judge those that are doing wrong. And then he says, for I am the Lord, I change not. So, and then he goes on to say, it's you who have separated yourselves from me. There is divine truth, there is divine law, there is eternal truth, there is eternal law that even God can't go against. There isn't law. I don't want to step in anything here, but there is eternal and divine truth and law, where in God creating us or forming us into spirits and then into mortals, there are laws that even he cannot break. He cannot put the wrong spirit into the the spirit into a wrong body. There is a divine and eternal truth and laws that even he, as God, cannot break, because he has to follow them. He's not the creator of law. He had a creator, and he had a creator, and he had a creator, and they all have to follow law. There are laws that govern this universe. There are laws that govern eternity. And no one can break those laws and have zero consequences. And so in him saying, I change not, it's I'm not the one who did this. You guys are the one who stepped outside the bounds of this law. You guys are the ones who broke this covenant with me. There are consequences, and you're going to have to step up and face that. Anyways, that's what stood out to me in these verses here. They have one thing here. For verse 3, the sons of Levi, it talks about the priests and how he's going to judge them. What is meant by the expression sons of Levi? Modern revelation sheds light on this question. The precise expression sons of Levi is used 3 times in the text of the Doctrine and Covenants, once in connection with the restoration of the Aaronic priesthood, once associated with the temple work, and another time in connection with the process of purification required for those who provide leadership for temple work. What is the doctrinal context for references such as the sons of Levi? The Doctrine and Covenants is the principal scriptural medium in the latter days for codifying, understanding, and applying the principles and policies embodied in the priesthood as it has been restored to the earth once again by divine intervention and blessing. Few things could be deemed of greater worth to mankind, and few things should inspire more awe, humble devotion, and enduring commitment than the singular honor of holding and administering the priesthood of God for and in behalf of his sons and daughters. And then it quotes Richard Cowan. He lends this perspective. On a more figurative level, the Lord promised that faithful bearers of the Melchizedek and Aaronic priesthood who magnify their callings become the sons of Moses and Aaron, respectively. Because Moses and Aaron were members of the tribe of Levi, faithful Latter-day Saint priesthood bearers become the sons of Levi, and their offering is the faithful service that they render. So, sons of Levi means priesthood bearers. All right. I think that's all I have for today. We can see if Ludlow has anything to say about these verses. Yes. The resurrected Christ commanded the Book of Mormon prophets to write the words which the Father had given unto Malachi, which he had then gave unto them, in 3 Nephi 24:1. The words then quoted by the Savior were Malachi chapter 3 and 4, which is interesting because that's where I am in my personal reading of the Book of Mormon. My personal listening of the Book of Mormon. I'm in 3 Nephi chapter 20. So I'm almost there. And then, for verse 1, Joseph Fielding Smith believes this prophecy was at least partially fulfilled through the events associated with the dedication of the Kirtland Temple. Malachi predicted that the Savior would come suddenly to his temple with power and authority. It is customary in the church for the members to still look forward to the coming of this great day, thinking that it is to be fulfilled when the great temple in the city Zion shall be built. But may it not be the case that this predicted coming has already taken place in the wonderful manifestation in the Kirtland Temple? The Savior came suddenly to this temple without any question. When the temple in Zion and the temple in Jerusalem are built, the Lord will come to them. But his coming to the Kirtland Temple carries great weight, as far more significant than some among us have thought it to be. It's very interesting. Oh, that's a big one. There's a lot here for the first couple of verses for chapter 3. This one here is for verses 2 through 3. Joseph Fielding Smith has something to say on this point. The essential contents of verses 2 and 3 were quoted in an epistle by Joseph Smith, September 6, 1842, with the introduction, "Behold, the great day of the Lord is at hand," D&C 128, verses 24. Obviously, these verses refer to the second coming of Jesus Christ, when he shall come in power and great glory, and then gives a big quote by Joseph Fielding Smith, which I'm not going to read. And then there's a really big thing here. For verse 3, Joseph Smith referred to the offering in righteousness of the sons of Levi, and then added, "Let us therefore as a church and a people, and as Latter-day Saints, offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness, and let us present in his holy temple a book containing the records of our dead, which shall be worthy of all acceptation." And then there's a quote by Spencer W. Kimball, and then there's a quote by Joseph Smith, and then there's another quote for verse 8, and then there's another quote for verse 9, and then there's one for 10. So maybe I'll save some of this for tomorrow. All right, I gotta get going. I will leave you with a prayer from a diary of prayer. Today is the 16th, yes. This is a mother's prayer, and it is a Jewish prayer. "Bestow thy blessing upon thy handmaid, strengthen and uphold me together with my husband, that we may rear the children that has been born unto us, to fear thee and to serve thee in truth, and to walk in the path of righteousness, keep the tender babe in all his ways, favor him with knowledge and understanding and discernment, and let his portion be in thy law, so that he may sanctify thy great name and become a comfort unto us in our old age." All right, that was Malachi chapter 3, verses 1 through 9, and we do 10 through 18 tomorrow. See you then. Bye.